Once upon a time, in a land far, far away, a snowy and beautiful northern land, there were two very handsome Scandinavian princes.
Yeah, and they own a Beetle, Volkswagen Beetle from 1968.
The Volkswagen Beetle was white, just as the snow.
Like a little bit bluish, but white.
It was white. And it was in this lovely landscape surrounded by snow. So it was actually virtually impossible to detect. The two very handsome princes one day decided they wanted to go looking for the most beautiful Christmas tree in the kingdom.
And they did, because they had this thing on the roof, so they could put the Christmas tree on the roof.
Well, they went out looking for the tree first, didn't they?
But they were prepared.
So they went...
This is a dogma fairy tale.
Yes, it is.
Okay,
anyway,
and so what happened next? Yeah, the car was so cold, and it was, you know, driving a Beetle Volkswagen in the winter is really hard. So one of the princes was driving, and the other prince, he was removing ice like crazy, and they just drove into the woods.
And couldn't find the Christmas tree of their dreams. They looked and looked and looked, and it was nowhere to be found. So the handsome prince that was already quite fed up because it was really cold, and he really was really tired of clearing the window because of all the fog that was building up due to all the ice inside the car.
And there's like a note, that prince actually was born in South America, so he wasn't used to the cold winters in Scandinavia.
Anyway, that prince said to the other prince that was driving, "I'm fed up. I cannot do this anymore. Let's go down to the local gas station and buy a Christmas tree."
So they did.
Well, they went down to the local gas station, and the Christmas trees were all sold out.
That's true.
So they had to go to the nearest town called Dhaka.
Yeah,
now, Dhaka was a scary kingdom.
Scary kingdom, and it was far away, above 7 blue mountains. You have to drive for a long, long time.
Well,
and
it was 30 kilometers. It was half an hour.
But there are hardly no gas stations on the road, so you have to fill your tank gasoline before you go, because you don't want to end up in the middle of nowhere.
Exactly. So the princes made sure to fill the tank down at the gas station before they drove to that land far away called Dhaka.
Yeah.
They reached Dhaka, and most of the Christmas trees were sold out, but eventually
But there were one.
they found a perfect tree.
There were one left outside the gas station.
Because the princes now were really fed up and had no choice, they decided, we'll take it.
We'll take anything.
Now, the second prince, the Norwegian prince, who was very, very good, a very skillful person when it comes to doing anything with his hands, made sure to tie that tree very well on top of the car.
Yeah.
And off we went back into our own kingdom, driving that distance of about 30 kilometers.
And what happened? This should never happen on the night before Christmas. But it happened. The car broke down.
Approximately
in the middle of the nowhere.
Approximately halfway between Dhaka and where we live.
And you know, there's no
heating.
Down. There's no heating in the car, and it was freezing cold. And the prince from Sweden, he was like, he had it, so he was like so cold. He wouldn't remove more ice or anything. He hardly could call the help.
But the prince from Norway is very resourceful, so he said, I'll call the garage.
He said.
Now he called the garage, and the garage said, oh, this is not the best day to break down on the road because we are so busy, and the car that will tow you back to your home is right now unavailable. So we will be there as soon as we possibly can.
And as soon as we possibly can was like about 45 minutes?
For me it felt more like 4 hours.
Were you one of the princes?
Oh, sorry. For the prince, the Swedish prince, it really felt like it was 4 hours.
Yeah.
It probably was about 45 minutes.
It felt long.
It was the worst 45 minutes of the prince's life.
Right.
Both princes said, we'd rather fight dragons, we'd rather fight monsters, and we'd rather fight Christmas evil spirits
I think they
than
did
wait
after
for
that.
the bloody car to come and
Yeah.
tow us away, or come and tow the princes away. So,
Well, actually, the princess and the Beetle ended up on the platform. What you call that? Lasteplan. On the back of the car.
yes.
Like the car and the tree back on the back of the car. So they came home with style.
Yeah, and they
I
could
would say.
wave to the people from where they were sitting as they were
And they
towed
did.
from the car.
Yeah.
Yes, a very embarrassing and humiliating experience for both princes, but they finally got home safe and sound. By the time they got home, it was really late because this did happen in the evening, and all that was left to do was decorate the Christmas tree.
And that should happen on that night because that's tradition.
Then the princes finally had decorated the tree. They decided that it was time to reward themselves with a hot shower and maybe some television. As the princes sat down on the sofa, the TV broke down.
Oh, that for them that was really a really bad thing because the day off next morning there are the 3 nuts for Cinderella.
And Downton Abbey Christmas special.
And it was that year they had Downton Abbey Christmas special. Can you imagine the panic in the castle?
Yes. So the two princes got in their other car, which is a Mitsubishi.
Not so
and
stylish.
Not so
though.
stylish, but they drove back into Dhaka, the lovely city far, far away, and they managed to buy a television moments before the store closed.
Because luckily it is open late before Christmas because people have to do their last minute shopping. So the TV was up the same night.
Yes.
Yeah, and the next morning they could actually watch 3 nuts for Cinderella. At least one of them did.
And Downton Abbey Christmas special. And they lived happily ever after. Now this is a true story, so we have changed the names of the characters to protect the living.
yeah, we have to protect the living people. Yeah.
We are your hosts, Arne and Carlos, and today we are in our Christmas countdown, December 23rd, which we chose to start with a little Christmas story. It all worked out very well for the princes in the end. The last I heard from them, they're content, they're still alive. The television they bought back in 2012 is still working. The car is not breaking down as often.
Well, they don't use the Beetle in the winter anymore
because they learned their lesson.
Things are changing,
Yes.
You can't drive a car if you have to remove ice anymore because then one of the princes would have lost his driver license.
Yes, and the other prince would have probably been told off as well by the police.
Yeah, so you better not do that in winter. But everything is fine.
Everything is fine.
I think they're happy.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this was our our lovely little fairy tale today, December 23rd. We do want to give Prym a big shout out because of the support that they have been giving us for our calendar. So thank you very much, Prym. And if you're interested in knowing more about the needles that Prym manufactures, they're fantastic. You can get everything in the link down below.
And Prym Ergonomics, welcome to the future of knitting.
And today's Christmas ball is also something that we have been using quite a lot lately. We've got it in our mugs. So we've got the 2 princes' beautiful chariot with the Christmas tree
and
on the roof.
Embroidery we put on the wall for Christmas.
Yeah. To remind us of this very traditional Norwegian folktale that is actually based on a true story.
And the ball for the day.
And the ball of the day is this one, and in this particular ball, the Swarovski crystals will celebrate what more than likely, we don't know because we weren't there, but more than likely it was a very cold night, and there was a lot of frost on that Christmas tree by the time it finally got home.
Yeah, it's not light or balls, it's frost.
Yes, it's not crystals, it's frost.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is today's Christmas ball, a beetle with a Christmas tree on the roof, based on a fairy tale that is based on a true story. And we hope that you have enjoyed this lovely little folkloric fairy tale from Norway.
Is this a dogma fairy tale?
I don't know. It's a fairy tale.
It's a fairy tale.
It's based on a true story.
Yeah.
And every time I think about it, it must have been terribly cold. That's what I think.
I think it was cold.
Yeah.
I think everything was colder in the old days.
Yes.
And longer.
So we are going to say goodbye now.
Yeah.
We're going to be decorating the tree with golden ornaments. And tomorrow on Christmas Eve, I think we may actually change our outfits.
I think we will be dressed up to the inches, or what I call it.
Dress up to the nines.
No,
Maybe?
to the nines.
Yeah, we may
dressed up to the nines, to the
tens, maybe.
tens.
Well, we may change our outfits, and we'll ask the Christmas elves if they can clean one final time and get everything in order. And I hope that you join us tomorrow for the final reveal, and maybe, just maybe, we will reveal to you what the Norwegian Christmas elves look like. And we'll tell you a few of the things that we have to do for them tomorrow. So make sure to tune in at the same time, same place, the ARNE CARLOS Christmas headquarters, for the final Advent calendar episode, which we are so excited about showing you.
Yeah. And remember to subscribe and put your thumbs up if you like our episodes, and notification.
And finally, there is the competition. I cannot stress it enough. You still have a chance. You've got 2 days to post all your photographs. And actually, you can continue posting photographs from your Advent calendar until January 2nd. And on January 3rd, we will go in. We will select 2 lucky winners. They will win this priceless ARNE CARLOS project bag. And it's priceless because we don't sell it. This is very exclusive. There's a book in there, the Make Your Own Idea book. And then there's a ton of lovely needles that you can use, among other things, for socks that you really want to use. So I think that you will all be continuing posting. We can't wait to see what else you come up with in terms of photos. Thank you so much for watching. I would have invited the princes, both Prince A and Prince C, but unfortunately they weren't available. They're not available for private things.
No,
they only
I think they're out there cutting ribbons or lighting Christmas trees.
So I would have wanted the princes to put the last Christmas tree or Christmas ball on the tree, but the second last Christmas ball. But they weren't available, so I guess we can do it ourselves.
You can do it.
Oh, you can do it.
I can do it.
Actually, I suffered more that evening. I'll do it. I mean, the prince suffered more that evening. Thank you so much for watching.
Okay, see you
and
tomorrow.
We'll see you again tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.